because I'm already starting to feel it. I'm already starting to feel this. I have so much prep work to do, and I don't have any videos to show for this prep work yet because it's not done. As time goes on, that will become less and less because video games get longer as time goes on. But especially in like the 70s, there's not much that I can do to lengthen the games themselves, so we will have less videos when we start. And then once I start getting multiple series going at the same time, because this game is particularly long, so while we're playing this long game, let me talk about a game that came out the same day or the next week or something like that. We will have a structure going at some point. I don't have it set in my mind entirely what's going to happen just yet, but I wanted to kind of give a shape of things to come. And I felt this was a good time to do it as, like I said, I don't have a lot of videos left to upload because I'm doing a lot of work off screen. So I thought this was a good time to talk about it. I hope you guys are still looking forward to it, and I hope to see you guys after the relaunch. But we have work to do before we can do that, and I'm still working on that. Once we get the footage done on the Let's Plays that I'm doing now, then we'll move on to the channel relaunch. I should mention that the channel relaunch isn't going to be all in front of the camera. It's not just going to be me talking to camera for 15 minutes. I'm going to try to keep it entertaining. I'm going to have pictures. I'm going to have slides. I'll have game footage when I can. Yeah, I'll try to keep it interesting. It's just that part of it is going to be in front of the camera. And that's something that I haven't done enough of, so I don't know how confident I'm going to be. It could require many, many takes before that first one goes up. But I'm looking forward to the channel relaunch. I don't know when it's going to be just yet. We have other games to finish first, and I do plan on finishing the games before I do the channel relaunch. I will answer a couple questions that I've gotten. I answered them personally to the people that asked, but I'm sure these are questions that are going around other people's minds, so I figured I should answer those as well. Well, here as well. The first one was, am I going to be playing modern games, like taking a break and playing something modern on the weekends or something like that? No. The plan is to go through the games chronologically from the beginning and just sticking to that. I plan on dedicating all my time to that, and I don't necessarily feel the need to play a modern game to take a break from it. I feel like the older games are varied enough that I won't get bored. It's not like I'm going to be playing the same genre or the same company or the same franchise. It's going to be a lot of different games. They're just going to be from the same year. So I'm planning on sticking to that, and I don't feel the need to take a break and play something more modern randomly, whatever tickles my fancy or whatever the phrase is at any point. So no, the idea is to stick with the structure of playing the games in chronological order without too much exception, right? There will be some times when I'm like, well, this game came out later, but let's play it now. But we're talking a matter of days, weeks, possibly months, but probably not years. Never years. We're going to stick with the year. That's definitely going to happen. The other one that comes to mind is, what will I do about MMOs? And this is something that I don't have an answer to right now. It's part of a larger problem. It's not just MMOs, but the idea is, what do I do about these large multiplayer games where it's impossible to play the way that it was when it first came out? For instance, World of Warcraft, that's the big one. That's the one that everybody's always asked me to play. What do I do about World of Warcraft? I want to do something with World of Warcraft. I just don't know what it's going to be yet, and it depends on where the game is when I get to it. When I get to, I believe it was released in 2004. When I get to 2004, what can I do with the game? Are the servers still going to be up then? I have no idea what is in Blizzard's mind about how long this game is going to last. For all I know, they could be saying, hey, this game needs to be shut down next month, and we just don't know that yet. Probably not, but we don't know. There's a lot of games out there that are multiplayer only that I probably won't be able to play. So I will probably talk about it, discuss it, show some footage, but then I might not actually be able to play it. For games that I am going to be able to play, but are conceivably too long or too grand for me to do anything with, I'm going to try to figure out something I can do. World of Warcraft, I obviously can't 100% the game. I would be playing nothing but World of Warcraft every day for years to get that done. It would have to be my full-time job, playing World of Warcraft and showing it off. And not only is that not something I want to do, I'm not sure that's something that people want to watch. So that's not the way that I should go with that. But the way that I should go is not necessarily clear. People have talked about, well, you should have somebody that's max level walk you through the game. And I'm like, well, then I'm not really showing off the game. Can you imagine? It'd be like if I played a game and I put in a Game Shark code to have max stats in the game and then started playing the game. Nobody's going to count that as a real playthrough. That's not fun. It's not fun for me. It's not fun to watch. People have talked about, well, get the fastest way to max level. And I'm like, I don't do speed runs. Once again, I'm there mostly to show off the story. That's the interesting part to me. And we're going to talk about stories. That's one of the things I didn't mention. We're going to talk about influences a lot. If I'm going to be playing a game that is influenced by like Greek mythology or something, I'm going to do a video on Greek mythology. That's the plan. When we get to the game, I'm going to talk about the influences. Sorry, I just had to throw that in there randomly because it just came to my mind. But yeah, if we're going to play a game and there's a character called Gilgamesh in it, I'm going to talk about the Epic of Gilgamesh. I'll try not to spoil it, or I might have to spoil it, and I'll just put a spoiler warning and all that kind of stuff, and then talk about the plot of the Epic of Gilgamesh. That's definitely something I plan on doing after the relaunch, trying to get into information so that all the context and inspirations of a game is known. And if they're important enough and they're referenced many times, then I'll do a separate video on it. Stuff like King Kong, Lord of the Rings, Godzilla, mythology from freaking everywhere around the world. We'll do separate videos on those so that I can constantly refer back and go, hey, I talked about this here, so you can go watch that video to learn about it, even though that this is not the game that I originally made it for. So yeah, anyway, what was I talking about? World of Warcraft. So yeah, when it comes to the MMOs, I don't know how to do it while keeping true to the story. Which is the main goal for me. I want to stay true to the story itself. That's the reason that I'm there. I want to see not only the gameplay, I want to see the graphics and the sound. I do want to keep the story in mind. That's always been my favorite part of a game. And I know it's not for everybody, but it's always been my favorite part. So it's definitely something that I want to focus on. So if I'm going to be playing an MMO, I want to explore the game. I want to go through the story of the game if I can. There's going to be some games that I'm going to be able to do that with. There's going to be other games that I'm not going to be able to do that with. And it really just depends on where the game is, what the game is, and what I'm able to do when I get to it. I don't have a clear-cut answer for that, and that is something that definitely has concerned me. What do I do about MMOs? And the answer is I don't know, something. I'm not going to ignore them. There's not going to be a genre that I ignore and go, this is not a game that's worth talking about because it's in a genre that I don't know or that I don't like or that I can't play. I want to talk about them to some extent, but I might not be able to do a full let's play, so to speak, of all the MMOs. So it's something that's been in my mind, and it's not like World of Warcraft is the only one. EverQuest, RuneScape, Final Fantasy XIV, Final Fantasy XI, they all come to mind as MMOs that I definitely want to play. I just don't know what I'm going to be able to do with them. But we'll figure it out. That's the thing. It's still a work in progress in my mind. It's going to be a work in progress forever. It's never going to be finalized. I'm never going to have a set rule of this is how this is done. That's just not the way that it works. The video games are unique, and therefore the way that I cover them is going to have to be unique as well. So that's probably enough. This went way longer than I thought it was going to. Turned out to be 3 videos as best as I can tell. So that's where the channel is. And once again, I do apologize that it's going to be less videos right now. But don't think that that means that I'm trying less, that I'm losing interest or anything like that. It just means that I'm working on stuff that does not immediately result in footage. So that's the idea. So I hope you guys have enjoyed these update videos. Hopefully when these are done going up, I will be able to have something else recorded. Once again, though, if I just have the one video, then that means that I was not able to get all the prep work done, but I'm still prepping. And that is going to be something that happens from now on. But I do hope you guys look forward to the videos that I'm able to put out. And I do hope that you guys are interested in the upcoming channel relaunch. I've been ballerscuba, and I hope you guys have enjoyed these update videos. I can't do my normal outro for these. It just never feels right. Hope you guys have enjoyed these videos. Thanks for listening.